Good morning, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. It's Thursday morning. I am working on finishing my Witchy Woman Apothecary, and I am currently in the process of attaching it to my foam core. I had to ask Mark to help me with this morning because the measurements I came up with for the piece of foam core would have been way too small. So he cut my foam core for me, and I am going to try on this video to film it in segments and show you how I'm going to finish my Witchy Woman Apothecary. I use the pin and tape way of attaching my fabric to the foam core. So I have my pins scattered around my cutting board here because I use the little plastic thing to protect my finger when I'm pushing the pins in. And what I mean by that is when I stretch my fabric here, put my pin in, I take this and use that to push it down because it saves my fingers. The tips of my fingers have gotten so sensitive, and I don't know whether it's from years of stitching or what, but they have gotten so very sensitive. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to finish doing this and get the rest of my stuff together and hopefully show you in segments how I am going to finish my Witchy Woman Apothecary. Okay, I am back. I've got everything pinned in place. I've got my corners going. And because I always have problems with my corners, I'm trying something different. I cut my fabric at an angle and I am trying to get it tucked back, kind of like when you wrap a Christmas present, in the hopes that my corners will come out better. Since the edges of this piece will be exposed on my finished piece, I'm just trying to make it look nice. Of course, the back doesn't have to look really nice, but this is what I'm trying to do, is to get so that when I wrap this piece around that my corners look somewhat better. But it's all just, you know, a work in progress. So I have these two pieces of mounting tape, and I use an acid-free photo memory tape. Buy it at the local variety shop, and it works really good. So I'm going to pause you again, get this finished, and get my fabric cut out. So I will be back in a few minutes, or momentarily. Who knows? It's all just a game. Okay, so I have my design pinned and taped onto my piece of foam core. The corners still suck, in my opinion. This one turned out pretty good. This one's fat. I don't know, maybe I'll try putting another pin in there to make it up a little bit tighter. But I have this part ready. So what my plan is for this is I bought a painter's canvas, a 12 by 16 painter's canvas, and I am going to kind of copy Danielle Stitcherista's method, but instead of using the scrapbooking pages, I'm going to use this fabric. I've used this fabric on the inside of a project envelope that I made, and I like it because it's all different ads. And I kind of thought that that was appropriate with my Witchy Woman Apothecary. So I am going to sit here and play with this piece now, lining it up where I want it to be on the fabric, what I want to be visible around the fabric. And when I come back, I'll tell you how I'm hoping to attach it to my canvas. So, I'm making this up as I go. So it is by no means a tutorial. I'm going to try something and see how it works. So let me put you on pause again, and I will come back in a few more moments. Okay, we're at the point where I'm now going to be experimenting. I have my Aleene's glue in this little bowl here, and I've mixed a little bit of water with it, trying to thin it out, because my plan is to do this almost like wallpaper. I am going to put this on the back of my fabric, and then I'm going to put this piece on the frame, the painter's canvas that I have bought and already prepared. So I'm just getting my glue and my water mixed up good. I'm using a throwaway foam brush. And basically my whole intent is just to saturate the back of this. Well, not overly saturate, but cover the back of this. And then I should be able to put it on my painter's canvas. So I'm going to work on that and come back to you in just a few more minutes. Okay, I have my glue on the back of my fabric. I have saturated all the edges of it really, really well. And I'm going to swap this out for a moment so I can bring over my canvas. This is my painter's canvas. Like I said, it is 12 by 16. And what I did to prep it is I bought Delta ceramic coat in, what's the color? I don't know, but it matched the fabric. So this is the color I chose to use, and I painted the edges last night. The black paint on it is Krylon Webbing. My husband used this for me before. When I stitched Hogwarts Castle, he used this for me on the framework, and it gives a really interesting webbing effect. Obviously, it is something that you have to spray outside, and when you spray it, you have to do it in one motion, starting before you actually get to the piece that you want to get the paint on, because it blobs. I think I got it around the edges pretty good. Some not so much, but that's okay. This is not supposed to be perfect. So now, if things work right, I should be able to take my fabric here and I think I have a little bit of playtime with this because it is fairly wet, but I can position it where I want it. I'm going to get a straight edge, and I'm just going to kind of scrape it out from the center and smooth it all out. Yep, I got to get that corner. And this will be the basis for my finished piece. So I'm going to put you on hold again, You might be on hold longer this time than the last time because I want to let this dry. So, hold on. I shall be back. So I have the painter's canvas with the fabric drying over on the other counter. I went upstairs and actually had time to get cleaned up and get dressed, put my makeup on, you know, all the things that we have to do at some point during the day. But it's my day off, so I wasn't in any hurry. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach it. I use command strips. These are the ones that are made for hanging pictures on walls. So basically what I do is I just take the two pieces and I stick them together. That way I can position them where I want on the back of this, unpeel the sticky part from the other side, and when my canvas is dry over there, I can attach this to the canvas. So this is how I did my my Christmas tray, my Merry Christmas tray that I found, or that I attached my piece to, and it works. It works good. So I'm going to do that, put you on pause again, go over and use my hair dryer to try to help the drying process a little bit. I had to put another coating of my glue across the front of it because I noticed that it wasn't sticking in some spots. So I went back and saturated the front again because I know it's going through the fabric. I want it to adhere to the painter's canvas very well before I put my piece on. So put you on hold one more time. Hopefully it's just one more time. And I'll be back soon. I think I'm just about done here. I did put an extra coat of glue across the top. Again, I used a little bit of water to make it not so sticky. I don't know. To make it easier to spread, like wallpaper paint. And as I did it, I kept pushing my brush out towards the edge to make sure that I was catching the edges of the fabric on this really good. And then I used my hair dryer to help dry it. And as I was drying it, I kept rubbing it, circular motion, pushing it out towards the edges. There's a little bit of a ripple there, but I never said this was going to be perfect. So it is stuck. I think it's stuck pretty good. This is what the canvas looks like with the webbing paint over the green and the fabric on there. I have my finished stitched piece with my two Velcro pieces on the back, command strips. So I'm just going to peel off peel off those, and then stand up and figure out where exactly I want this to be. I don't want it to be exactly centered. I want a little bit of a space up in the top because I'm hoping that I can find some three-dimensional stickers of poison bottles and put a couple of them up there. But there you are. That is my Witchy Woman Apothecary. It is my second start and my second fully finished project of 2018. The pattern is from, oh heck, put you on hold one more time. Fortunately, I just had it out in the living room. It is Foxwood Crossings, Witchy Woman Apothecary. Here is my fully finished piece. I switched out a couple of the colors. I did not have the variegated threads that it called for, so I used 154 for all these words, which is a dark grape color, and then I combined 154 and 915, which is a dark plum color for the Witchy Woman Apothecary and Bound to Heal What Haunts You. So I blended my own color, and I like it because you see the plum, but you see the shadow of the 154 behind it, so to me it gives it a little bit of depth. And there you have it. Witchy Woman Apothecary, mounted on painter's canvas with some fabric adhered to it, and I'm rather happy with how that turned out, and I hope that you have enjoyed this too. It is raining outside and the frog is singing up a storm. But every time I turn the camera on, he stops singing. I'm hoping to catch him on video someday so that you can hear my frogs outside that my son was so nice to give me all those years ago. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day and live long and stitch on. This is Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, signing off. Bye-bye.